Yeah, good morning, Ice Cats. Welcome to today's special edition of the center positioning in Hoagie's Corner. Right, let's get right into it. So, the first to note is that if our man Hassel will be moving to C, that Hassel is now going to be red. And then whoever fills that wing is going to be this guy. Our resident Jericho in teal, light blue, whatever. We got Hoagie, and we still got the Biff freed up on the wing. So today I wanted to cover just kind of like generally where the center should be, work out breakouts, defensive positioning, offensive positioning, back check, that sort of stuff. So first I wanted to kind of just diagram a little breakout. So if Hoagie's got the corner, or got the puck in the corner, his first option, as we know, is going to be this winger up here. So it is now Hassel's responsibility. So as a center, you want to just take up the middle of the ice right here. That is your area. You want to live there. You want to breathe there. Anybody who's around there, that's your man to cover for on defense. This is your area now, the center of the ice. Live it, learn it, love it. So the puck moves up to Biff. Your job as a center at pretty much all times is to support the puck carrier. So whoever has the puck, you need to be moving in a way that is a pass option to him. So anticipate that. So say if I'm coming around with the puck, your movement should start kind of mirroring me. Don't get too close to Biff. And there's a reason why. Because if the puck moves up to him, whoever's the defenseman here is going to be able to basically cover both of his. Whereas if you are anticipating it, like I said, you're coming around the net like this, anticipating that pass to the wing. So that's going to move up to the wing. Your movement should kind of mirror mine, but still stay around the center, because then that gives that pass option. And then look, this guy can't cover two people. And then boom, you're gone. So still think center of the ice. Give that winger some space, because it just gives more options, more space, and it makes people harder to cover and gives more pass options. So think the center of the ice, but generally that's the easiest kind of most basic breakout. Is puck moves up to a winger, and you kind of like use your momentum, cut real hard, and you want to stay kind of to the inside of the dots. Think that's your space, and just cut up here, and then boom, you're a pass option to him. If Biff has space, he can move it up, continue to skate. If he presses him, bang pass, you're in. Generally, that's your area that you want to live, and yeah, make it your home. So that's the most basic kind of breakout pass. And it'd be the same thing on the other side. So if we got all in the corner, I'm here right in front of Blue Cross Tom. We got our other winger. It's probably AI right now. So you're living around somewhere around here. You're covering that high slot. I'm covering the low slot. You're kind of covering whoever's here. So we pick up the puck. All moves with the puck. You see that, and you're like, ooh, that pass is going to go to here, so I need to be there to support him. So you start kind of your movement around. Pass comes up to here. He's got that option now. And then again, it makes this defenseman, it makes his life much harder, and he's going to be forced to back up rather than press the puck. So say if you were kind of stuck somewhere over here, Biff's way up here, and that isn't an option for whatever, he could press, and then that's when the puck ends up staying in our zone and they can maintain possession longer. So the center is the key man in supporting passes and supporting the puck. So your job as a center is to just support whoever has the puck. Put yourself in a position where they can give you a good pass option. Right? So you swoop around, kind of stay to the inside of the dots, swoop it around, up you go, pass option, away. So that's like breakout kind of 101 basic where you can kind of be in the breakout. Defensively, so let's think about defense. So we got our wingers sitting up more high. Yeah, so say if the puck is in a corner somewhere, right? So we got all staying to the inside of his man. We got defenseman on the point, defenseman on the point. Got a guy kind of backdoor. Got a guy sitting here high slot. So in this scenario, if the puck was in the corner, all's mark that man. He's staying the inside of his man. He's going to pick his chance to be aggressive and kind of push that puck. Your job as a center is anybody in the high slot. So if you have a look, he's low slot. He's high slot. So that would be your man. The way you want to position yourself, if you're positioned here and the puck ends up to him, he's got a free lane to the net. Position yourself here in between the man and the puck, or sorry, the net and the man. Then when the pass comes to him, even if he manages to kind of get a stick on the puck, you're there for either a hit, or you're there to get in the way of a shot, or you're there to try to poke it away. You want to put your body to the inside of the man, to the net. So anybody high slot would be your guy. That's your responsibility. The center's job in the defensive zone is to support the defenseman while we don't have the puck. And then when we do have the puck, it's to support the puck carrier. But you're basically the third defenseman in the defensive zone. And your area, again, is still just going to be right between these circles. Now, funny things happen because sometimes there could be a position where, say, they're floating up high and one of their defensemen kind of comes down low and they're kind of playing an umbrella type setup. So say if the puck's here, we got to kind of communicate and see where we are on the ice. Ideally, this would be still the winger on him. I'm still on him. You would float up and you would cover that center guy. And then that would kind of be our defensive setup. So it's all about communicating, but generally the center of the ice, that's your territory. And if there's somebody in that center of the ice, that's your guy. The only time that might not be true, so say if they have the puck in this corner, we'll say this guy, he's behind the net, and their defenseman comes back up here. Biff, his job is to cover points, so he would be on this guy. Now this is where this gets a bit funny, because you see a guy who's unmarked behind the back of the net. The puck moves to him. Who's the closest guy to get to him? Well, it would be me. So depending on the way he moves, so if he moves with the puck this way or behind the net, I'm going to shoot back and I'm going to get him. Your job then is to fill that gap, right? You want to switch guys that you're marking. You want to fill the guy. You want to help out the defenseman. Because I was in the best position to challenge the puck, that's then your guy. And you're skating towards him, anticipating a pass. If he gets the pass, light him up like you normally do. But that would be your guy to kind of slide your coverage. However, say if I'm on him, he goes behind the net and he kind of stops. And, I'm saying we just need to communicate more and just say who's covering who. If he comes back around this way, you would be in a better position to push him, and I would stay on my man because he's going to try to float up here and look for a pass, whatever. It doesn't always happen that way because Hoagies just never perfect like that. It's just a flow to the game. So if he kind of comes around here and I commit and I come all the way around, he comes back. We got to kind of communicate because all might be in the best position again. Or you might be in the best position because you kind of floated up high. You might be in the best position. And then Biff can come down and try to cover him. So it's all about kind of picking up coverages and sliding as we can, like into different men to cover, depending on the situation. But it just takes talking and kind of like instinct. But I think that'll come. But basically, in the defensive zone, defensively thinking when we don't have the puck, your area is still here. You're covering that high slot right around the hashes, and you want to support the defenseman. So if I'm on a man, you want to take the other man that's not covered, basically. Kind of give the defense a preference, sort of like defense usually, like if they're on a man, that's their man. So then make sure you're not covering him also. think about the space that we're using. So I can kind of set up a little example about that too. So say a guy has the puck. So what do we do here? So say if the setup, we all kind of lose the puck and we're kind of down this way. Now he could be high slot here, and you're in a position here because you were kind of moving this way. It's best for you then to push that puck. So in this case, just say I got puck, and then I know, oh right, I'm gonna jump into your coverage area, which is high slot, and I'll cover high slot. You push that puck. So it's all about just talking and kind of recognizing where you are on the ice, where your man is, or where you're in the best position to like make a play for the puck. But again, can't stress this enough. Just be in between the circles. This is your area to cover defensively, and then to also support breakout passes moving up. Let's do some neutral zone stuff. So a breakout pass happens. Let's just work that out. So say I've got the puck. You're in front of the net. We got kind of our winger sitting, right? So kind of like how a normal breakout would work. So say if I start moving this way, Biff's going to kind of float over, and he's going to look for that pass. So I go over, pass happens over. You're staying in between the dots. You're giving him a bit of space, giving him an option. You move the puck up. Our other winger should be streaking across the ice like this. He's trying to push this defenseman back. He's staying to the inside of him because then he's going to be open for a pass here. So now we get into like some cool break-in stuff. It's more fluid once we enter this zone. You still want to prioritize the middle of the ice, but it's not always. You need to kind of look at the space we got and what's happening. So he was streaking this way. His momentum's carrying this way. Your best bet here is to actually float in behind him. And there's a few reasons for that. He's already got speed. So if you were to try to catch him, you two come down here, and again, there's just one defenseman who can kind of cover both of you. And there's no real pass option if you're real close to each other. So think about the space that you're using. So you're here, he's streaking this way with the puck. He's got momentum. He's moving this way. Streak in behind him this way. And then that leaves Biff as the third man, which in hockey, they're called the trailer. So the trailer man, I'll get into kind of what he can do. But you can kind of fall in behind him because there's all this space in the ice that we're not using. And then that gives him an option to kind of turn, give you a quick pass, and you're in. Or he ends up carrying it. You fall around this way. He could even drop it to you. There's a whole lot of things you can do. But it's fluid. You want to kind of fill the space, see where the open space is, move towards that space, support the puck, give the puck carrier an option for a pass. I guess that's the best advice I can kind of give for the neutral zone in terms of the center moving up the ice on offense. Let's give a little quick rundown of the offensive zone and your responsibilities and kind of where you should be and stuff. In the offensive zone, we have the puck. So say Biff has the puck. We get our AI doing something stupid over here. Or he's over here, I don't know where he is. He's doing something stupid. So AI is maybe behind the net. Center. You should 70 to 80% of the time be the first man back along with the D. So the D, it's their responsibility to obviously get back and play defense. For the offenseman, you should be that third person who's moving back on that back check. You still want to try to occupy the middle of the ice. But again, in the offensive zone and the neutral zone, it's kind of more fluid, and it takes a bit of just awareness of who is where, who is the highest man, and they're going to be the one who is helping that back check. You do want to think more defensively as a center. You're less kind of attack all the time. You want to be anticipating what's going to happen, and then you want to be that first person to support that back check. So knowing that, you kind of don't want to put yourself in positions where you overload the puck too much. So I think your forecheck's really good, Hassel. So I think we can use that to our advantage a lot in center. I think we need to adapt that a little bit just to make sure that we're still in position to recover. So what I mean by that, so say if lose the puck somehow and there's a puck carrier moving up. So instead of just attacking him straight on, what I'd like to see you as a center do more is angle him. So kind of commit a little bit, not too much, especially in NHL because like the game is just so fast. But you want to angle him a bit. So angle him in a way that it forces him to move up a funnel. And then that could allow all, if there's no kind of pass option here, to pinch and keep that puck. Your job as a center is to kind of angle people. Remember we talked about that triangle. We want to force people to the outside in the neutral zone. So your option is to basically not let him move that way. You want to kind of force him to kind of move this way, if that makes sense. Because that just takes his options away. And then if there's no pass option for him, all's going to smash him. And then that's what we want. That's how we maintain possession, pressure, all that stuff. So think of you defensively, if we lose possession of the puck, as a funnel. So as soon as this hits this point, you want to be pushing them this way. And that's by putting your body here and angling them either side. I think that's a good starting point. And then I think if we kind of go from there, obviously face-offs, so tweak your build a bit and see, how good your face-off rating and stuff is. And just get your face-offs all set. But I think that's a good kind of starting point. So whoever has the puck, you're the support guy. You're there for an option. And then you are essentially the third defenseman. So you need to be thinking more defensively than the other wingers. Your job is to kind of push them to the outside. Again, center of the ice. If you live here, right in the center of the ice, you're doing a lot of the things right. So I think we start there and just have a go.